Hey guys, it's John from Beyond ARTV. I've got a special track review for you tonight. It's Hail to the King by Avenged Sevenfold, and I'm going to have a special guest with me tonight. It's my friend Nate. He's a huge Avenged Sevenfold fan. His favorite band have been for a very, very long time. I'm a pretty big Avenged fan myself. I won't call them, I'm not going to call myself the biggest fan in the world, but Nate has seen them multiple times in concert. But I'm going to go ahead and give a little bit of information about the track first. This is the first album. Hail to the King is the title track from the new album, Hail to the King, out August 28th on Warner Brothers Records. This thing is the first thing without the Rev, Jimmy Sullivan, rest in peace, brother, because it's been a rough few years without him. This is the first album without any musical contributions from Jimmy on any record. So Hail to the King has been described by M Shadows as kind of throwing back to just kind of an old classic metal feel, and immediately listening to this track I'm immediately reminded of things like Iron Maiden and just like 80s metal, and just the way the guitars are toned. And I know you're thinking right now, John, are the drums weaker? Are they noticeably weaker on this track without the Rev? Yes, but Sinister Gates steps up on guitar big time to fill that void. The drums are not terrible by any means. They're actually quite solid throughout this track. They're obviously nothing compared to what the Rev could tear it up on the drum set. The man was a genius, a musical prodigy, and Sinister Gates really fills that void. For me, just this track, it does sound very old school in the sense that, yes, it reminds me of Iron Maiden and old metal. I'm not a huge fan of older metal, as I know a lot of people are that listen to Avenged, but Avenged have always just changed it up from album to album. Every album it's something new, and I love that. And here on this album, they're throwing back to these older styles, and it sees this epic guitar solo come in. While it's nothing too incredibly complex by any means, it's just something that, it's the most Avenged Sevenfold thing, it's the most A7X thing about this track in particular. Sinister Gates comes in with this huge guitar solo, and I want to go ahead and bring my friend Nate in right now to continue discussing this track. So here he is, the Avenged Sevenfold master. Nate, I've got a few questions for you about this track in particular. One, how does it hold up in comparison to everything that has been in their catalog so far?
Everything that they've done, it's a lot different than everything that they've ever done before. But I mean, like you said before, it doesn't have Jimmy on it.
Right. First album without Jimmy at all.
Yeah, and that's obviously it's a huge piece. Jimmy, to me, Avenged has always been really drum heavy, and then Sinister, he punches in with the guitars, and they're all over the place. But this track, it's guitar heavy for sure. Sinister, he picks it up, but the drums, they're solid, they're good.
With the Rev, not doing any of the drum arrangements. Like with Nightmare, no, he was not alive, unfortunately, at the time of release of that album. He had done the drum arrangements on Nightmare, the title track, Welcome to the Family, I believe, Buried Alive.
Buried Alive. He did he did a lot of lyrical content on that one.
So he pinned a lot of that song right there. But another thing about this track is just, what does it remind you of? What is the overall vibe? Is the final question I guess I would have for you.
Honestly, as soon as I hear this track, the first thing that hits me is Pantera. I mean, it's a solid drum beat, just the heaviness in the guitars, and the way that the solo just grabs you, and just the overall intensity of the song. It's because it's really intense and just bam in your face.
Right.
It makes you want to get up and punch something.
Absolutely. Overall, I'm going to award this song a 4 out of 5. I'd like to know your rating.
Yeah, I'd agree, a 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. All right, we agreed.
Yeah.
Very good, very good. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed our kind of collaborative track review here. Nate, if he ever gets around to it, he has a YouTube channel, Drummer Dude Music. Hadn't been on there in a while. I'm still going to link it down below if you'd like to subscribe. He does drum covers over there. So if you want to check that out, and of course any of my links, they're all in the description down below. Thanks for watching the video, guys. A lot of track reviews and music news and that sort of thing on the way. And I'm sorry I'm so busy and haven't been able to put out very many videos at all. But I've been busy, right, Nate?
Yeah. really busy.
Okay, I'm glad someone else can vouch for that. See you soon, guys.